Hello, I'm FPX Toycat, and if you started playing Minecraft within the last year or so, you might not recognize exactly what this village is, because this is how villages used to look prior to 1.14, but now if you play any version after that update, it will not generate with these villages inside, and indeed, the only way to have one of these in your world is if you generated it prior to 2019. A lot of people have done precisely that, but something you might not know is that because Minecraft's world generation changes irreversibly all the time, there are all sorts of things that you could only get on old worlds that you can't get on new ones, like for instance this right here. It's a Soul Sand Valley from before the Nether update that has some Nether warts within it. This is a console edition feature that you don't find on any other platform. You can't find these Nether warts outside of the Nether fortresses except here on the from previously on the 360 or the One, or if you have a world which came from those old console editions. This concept about world generation being old and new and the discontinued version of it is super interesting when it comes to the world itself, but the fact that it applies to so many things outside of the world, even this very cape I'm holding right here, the Founder's Cape, is something I find hugely interesting and something I wanted to dive into in today's video, because the idea of discontinued items is something I've loved in every video game. I used to have a green Halloween mask in Minecraft. It was something they minted once for a Halloween event back in the early 2000s, never made again, and as a result, it is worth many tens of millions of gold pieces in that game. And you know, this same thing to some extent applies to Minecraft DLC pieces, because did you know that obviously capes are a piece of DLC you get for very unique little things, but there has been a piece of paid DLC which had this same unique issue with it, where basically you used to be able to buy something called the Marvel Superhero Skin Pack. So this skin pack was themed around the Marvel Avengers. It came out very early on into the success of the Avengers, and it was done for Minecraft Console Edition, a place where you could only buy skins. You had a default number of skins, and you had to buy any more skins if you wanted to get more on top of that, and this meant that certain people who previously just didn't have any skin whatsoever could have an Avengers skin. They could be Captain America or the Hulk or Iron Man, and although these things look super rough because they're Minecraft skins, it was a very successful deal on both parties' behalf. I know a lot of people who bought it, but then all of a sudden 4J Studios announced that the rights to sell it had kind of ran out, and eventually they would have to stop selling it on the store, something they later did, which meant that this skin pack still existed. You bought the rights to use it, but you no longer could. This meant for buying this thing back in 2013 and 14 when it first came out, for buying this thing you would then have a exclusive skin pack, a skin pack which then transferred onto the Xbox One, and surprisingly enough even onto the Bedrock version of Minecraft. Although if you want to play on Bedrock, you can't play in multiplayer because of skin limitation restrictions. Basically, there is this unique skin pack that you could have bought in 2013 that would give you something that no one else can have access to now. There's something about that everyone finds interesting, right? So this is no surprise to anyone who has seen the fact that even like Fortnite has a secondary reselling market for the skins in that game, because some of those skins were purchasable a long time ago, 2017, long ago in some cases, and as a result of that, some of those people are willing to sell those skins because they want to buy something that is no longer purchasable to show that they were there since then. Honestly, when you remove the ability to buy something and make it so it was only there once, you have some form of a status symbol element to it, and you can see that in Minecraft capes perhaps most strongly, because Minecon has given a cape out to every single year that people have been. The most notable one was perhaps Minecon Live 2019, which gave a cape to anyone who watched it, although in reality you didn't have to watch, you just went to the marketplace and you could download it for free. But every single Minecon before that, the physical events I should rather say, if you were willing to physically show up to the event, which involved purchasing a $100 plus ticket, you would get a cape for your Minecraft skin. As a result, fewer than 10,000 of each of those skins are in circulation, and given that there are over 30 million Java edition players, that means only 1 in 3,000 people at the very most have access to any one of those capes. Being able to show that you have one of these capes is a way of showing you are one of 3,000 people. Also, it shows that you were in the Minecraft community since 2011 through 2016, depending on the cape. Again, you can see all of them on screen, and it's interesting to me how much weight these hold when you see them on a Minecraft server or on any other place in the Minecraft community. They're such a small thing. They're a small thing that servers can even hack in and add their own ones to, although they're not meant to. The reality is it's just a single addition to any Minecraft skin. It's a very small addition that obviously will also change if you wear an Elytra, fun fact. But even though these are changes and they're very small changes, people love the elite factor regardless of the physical displaying element, it seems, and that's why if you look at the secondary reselling market, despite the fact that going to Minecon cost $100 in some cases, some people are willing to spend 5 times that just to have one of these ultra rare capes with an iron golem, with a piston, with an enderman, with a pickaxe, or with some form of like ghastly, red creeper face on there indeed, which is super fascinating. But what I find even more interesting interesting is that there are capes more rare than these ones. These are capes that 1 in 3,000 people at most can have their hands on, and again, if you count in the Bedrock players, it's 1 in 20,000 players can have. But what's more stunning is the fact that even fewer people have a certain other select number of capes. So there's obviously the cape that every single Mojang staff member has. This is a very limited number of people, but there are even rarer capes. There is this one you can get if you are a Realms map maker, i.e. you make a map for the free Java Realms to put out there. On Bedrock, you get paid for your maps. On Java, you get a cape in this case, although these capes are therefore very rare as a result. You can get a cape if you help with the bug, my Mojira thing. If you're a bug tracker moderator, you get one of these capes as a thank you for your help. If you won a Cobalt League tournament, you get one of these capes. If you are one of the 29 lucky translators who helped translating Minecraft, you will have one of these capes. There's a lot of other translators who didn't get one. It's based on dice roll, and then a few people even have a Chinese version of that same cape with the little China thing, because obviously Minecraft launched in China. But even rarer than a cape only 29 people have is a cape that only 5 people managed to get in the at the time that it lasted. There is the Scrolls cape. So Scrolls is a game Mojang made in 2014. They then unreleased it in 2015 and re-released it under a different name in 2018. I dived into that for the purpose of this video. There's a game called Caller's Bane that's based on Scrolls, that is a card-based game. That is, again, it's fascinating that this thing still exists, even though very few people obviously play it right now, and very few people even know it exists. That game in its previous form could get you one of these capes, and again, very few people know about that. But even rarer than a cape only 5 people have is a cape only a single person has in the end. There used to be the Bacon cape. You all know about that probably. When someone came up with the idea of the Pigman, which has eventually turned into the Piglin these days, he got a unique cape from Notch, but too many people asked him for capes, so they removed the Bacon cape. However, capes that haven't been removed include the Danny B. Styles cape. This is a cape for being an important musician who makes a lot of video game music. So there are some other capes that only one person has. The millionth customer for Minecraft got a cape with a nice little star on it to celebrate 1 million copies. That's a unique little thing that Acron Man 1 has. I mean, a mini celebrity just for buying a copy of the game at the right time, now has a cape no one else can have, and that anyone would accuse you of hacking if they saw you with, because that's just how rare it really is. There is the turtle cape for Billy K_ for his suggestion to add turtles to Minecraft. There's also the Prismarine cape, the Julian Clark cape, basically there's a lot of capes for individual people who got their own personalized capes in Minecraft, so they can be clearly distinguished themselves. However, the unique thing about all of these is that they were mostly given for an individual reason. They weren't purchasable, they don't show anything besides you are this person, whereas the millionth customer cape is a one-time cape one person gets out of all of the Minecraft players. So that is the rarest single item in Minecraft that you could have only gotten by being in Minecraft at the right time and being Acron Man 1, being lucky enough to buy the millionth copy of Minecraft, which is kind of unique and interesting when you think about it. But perhaps more unique and interesting is the fact that this is just a cape, right? I mean, have you ever seen or heard of the millionth user cape? Probably not, right? Do you care that it exists? Probably 50-50. But something that a lot of people do care about and that do find unique is Minecraft Console Edition. If you want to own Minecraft Xbox One Edition, or indeed Minecraft Switch Edition, the only way to do so is to have bought the game before those versions transitioned over to Minecraft Bedrock. Minecraft across the Xbox, Switch, PC, Android, laptop, across any device out there that isn't the Java Edition basically, is the same game. It's cross-platform, it's based on the Bedrock engine, it has unlimited worlds, and it has a lot of other interesting quirks about it, to say the least, that we cover here on this channel. However, if you want to play the console edition, so a version of the game that was built specifically for each console, it had limited size worlds and it had a different update scheme, but a lot of people very much did like it. You can only play those versions of the games by having purchased it before those Bedrock switches in 2017. That's right, there is the game called Minecraft that everyone probably knows about, but there is also the game called Minecraft Xbox One Edition, which you can only own by having owned it prior to 2017. This means that there is about 1 million people out there who have access to Minecraft Xbox One Edition, and like as soon as you uninstall it or uninstall your account or give away your Xbox and lose your account, when those account details are lost, those people lose access to the game and fewer people can't play the Xbox One Edition. This is the one thing on this list that's discontinued, but you can kind of get your hands on because you can buy a second-hand copy of the Xbox One Edition physically, but otherwise it is very, very hard and rare to play Minecraft Xbox One Edition or indeed Minecraft Switch Edition, and owning 2 versions of Minecraft on the same console, very interesting, right? Although it's worth mentioning, I own 4 versions of Minecraft on this Xbox: Minecraft Xbox One Edition, Minecraft the Bedrock Edition, Minecraft Dungeons, as well as Minecraft Story Mode. Because Story Mode itself is also a discontinued version of Minecraft. You might guess from this video, I find discontinued things super interesting. So Minecraft Story Mode, as you can see right here, is a game that, I don't want to explain Minecraft Story Mode. I don't like it very much as a thing that exists. It was a Telltale Games-based thing. It's a narrative experience based in the Minecraft universe. Why does it exist? I mean, that's something we could talk about forever, and only comes to the conclusion of, I guess people wanted to buy it. But the unique thing about this game, regardless what you think about its quality, is the fact that you no longer can buy it. Not because people don't want you to be able to, but because the rights to it expired when Telltale Games expired, and as a result of that, you can no longer pick this game up unless you already own it. If you own the game, you still own the rights to download it, at least for now. Again, who knows how long that lasts. But if you don't own the game right now, you have to pick it up secondhand. There are no fresh copies being minted or made because there are no legal rights to do so. That's right, there is a Minecraft game out there that no one owns the legal rights to distribute or sell, and that is the fascinating story of Minecraft Story Mode. Interestingly enough though, Minecraft Story Mode is actually an episodic game, which means that even if you have the base game, you need to have also purchased all of the episodes, because otherwise you won't be able to pick them up. So yeah, as you can see, if you don't have them purchased, you can't pick them up right now. And yeah, that means that this is a game that basically existed for a little bit and no longer does. An entire Minecraft spin-off. Oh, actually, you can see episode 8 I have not played, and therefore will not be able to. So yeah, by being in the right place at the right time, by purchasing something, a while back, you could be on something that is very rare, that just 1 in 20, 1 in 20,000, or 1 in 200 million players has. Something that I just find the idea of very interesting. I mean, rare collections are something that people do in real life all the time when it comes to coin collections, stamp collections, and anything in between. I mean, you can find the most absurd collections out there, as I'm sure you're all aware. But to kind of bring this back into why I'm bringing this video up right now, things that are discontinued are something that have always interested me, because rather than trying to do something forever with the goal of like maximizing profit, I've always liked the idea of doing limited runs of certain things. And that is why when I was approached recently by Makeshift, that I figured, you know what would be really fun? A toycat plush. But rather than doing the thing that a lot of people choose to do when they make a merch item and be like, it's a limited time only, you can't buy it until we restock. And what does restock really even mean? It means that, they're artificially limiting demand. No, I am releasing an IBX toycat plush. It is being handmade, every single one of them, and every single one of these will be, hand crafted in a way that has the fun little reference of like, it is obviously the the IBX toycat logo, but it's got the fun reference that I'm sure you'll get where it just says yes and then a space and then 2 exclamation marks on the back. Again, something I really liked. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be guaranteeing these are limited in some way as just a way of recognizing this moment right here. I mean, if you own a Minecraft cape from Minecon 2016, it represents that you've been there then. Selling them on and being able to do stuff like that obviously exists, but it's not the primary intent. The primary intent of that cape is to say you were around at that time in that place. And I figured right now was the time to say, hey, why don't we have a limited time run to represent what this is right now? On YouTube, you have never any idea how long it's going to last. You have never any idea, how these things are going to go. But to represent what this moment means to a lot of people who have been helped by the channel, who have enjoyed the channel, or anything we put out, I think it'd be cool to do a limited run. It is going to be, I'm going to just tell you the numbers right here. So we have to sell a minimum of 200 of these because otherwise we don't, print them. There's obviously bulk manufacturing, overheads that we save right there. So 200 is the minimum. If we don't do that amount, you won't even be charged. But the goal is we're going to limit this to 500 at the very most. So there's somewhere between 200 and 500 of these plushes. Here is my particular one of these. As you can see, it is very cute. I like it a lot. I think it's a fun thing to represent this moment. And we're going to be selling it for $30, which means that the vast majority of that isn't profits. It's just covering the costs. The idea is if you have one of these, you were here at this point in time, this existed once, and we're not going to do any reruns. There's a lot of incentives to do so, but my goal is let's make a thing right here, right now. Let's represent what this means. And if you want an IBX toycat plush, one of fewer than 500 that will exist in the world, you can do so by going to the link in the video description. It'll be at the very top there. I'm very excited, for this little campaign because, yeah, this is going to be a super limited thing that I just wanted to do once as a cool little collection out there. I don't intend to regularly plug merch or sell things, but I did just want to say right now, right here is an interesting time in the world, but also in Minecraft history. And if you want to join the part of it that relates to this channel, get yourself a toycat plush. I think they're cute. My assistant loves them. And everyone who I've come into contact with is absolutely in love with what we've seen right here. So if you want one, you can get one. And if you don't want one, thank you for watching anyway. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Have a great day. Goodbye.